My name is Steve Tuckerson. I'm honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening. At this time, I ask everyone to please rise, direct your attention to the door in that corner, please, as we welcome this year's Scholar Leader Athletes. This year's Delaware Valley Chapter Little Scholar, Kyle Dalgan. From North Hunterdon High School, Robert Marin. From the Hun School, Jordan McGriff. From West Windsor, Plainsboro North, C.J. Marcus. From the Petty School, Jason Meisner. From Steiner High School, Frank Lucchese. From Nottingham High School, Fabian Mora. From Notre Dame High School, Xavier Lazinski. From Hopewell Valley High School, Christopher Pham. From Ewing High School, Joshua Hughes. From Allentown High School, Joe Pritchard. From Princeton High School, Rory Hellstrom. From Trenton Central High School, Bryant Sanchez. From Hamilton High School West, Max Gatto. From Lawrence High School, Prince St. Cyr. From Florence High School, Joseph Foga. From New Egypt High School, Gino Tortorello. From Heightstown High School, Ryan Conlon. From Northern Burlington Regional High School, Chris Venezia. From the Lawrenceville School, Braden Brown. From Bordentown Regional High School, Nathaniel Wigley. From Robbinsville High School, Ryan Bondock. And from the Pennington School, Duncan Zavanelli. And now will everyone please remain standing as I call up our Little Scholar Award winner, Kyle Dalgan, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Kyle.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kyle. Please be seated. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium the president of the Delaware Valley Chapter of the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame, Mr. Eric Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Good evening, family, friends, and guests. It's been another fantastic year since we last gathered. A little over 4 years ago, we lost the heart and soul of our chapter, Mr. George Waugh. This, our 54th annual George Waugh Scholar Leader Athlete Dinner, is a tribute to his dedication and passion for our young people. At this time, I'd like to ask our athletes in the front to please stand. I'm sure you read in the book, but tell me, what a great-looking group we have here this year. Thank you to Gianni's Formal Wear for making them look even better. And I would be remiss to have them here tonight not to thank the parents for putting them in that spot. Congratulations, gentlemen. You may be seated. When you talk about the top teams in the Delaware Valley area, I would like to recognize our board for making tonight happen. You'll meet most of them during tonight's events, but I would ask them all to please stand and be recognized. Gentlemen, as chapter president, I say thank you. A special thank you to our head humper, Mr. Ron Hearn, for being that guy behind the scenes that makes things happen. And to the parents and to the athletes, sends the emails to remind you what you need to do. Also, a big thank you to Nassau Communications. Thank you to Ken Fisher for once again putting together our terrific dinner journal. If you read in there, and you probably already have, if not you will, all the terrific things our young people did. And nights like tonight do not happen without the help of our scholarship sponsors, who you will be introduced to during the course of the evening. So again, thank you. Also to Rick Taylor for all his efforts in getting our website up and current all year long. Ever since Rick took over, he has brought this chapter into the 21st century. The flow of information, the ability to connect with our football community, and having a site to show off all the great things that happen here and are accomplished by our student athletes and coaches is greatly appreciated. You can find us at www.delvalfootballfoundation.com. Thank you. Another big thank you to John McKenna, not only for all you do for the sport of football in Mercer County and the Delaware Valley area, but also this year getting us back up on our Facebook page. It's up and running. Like us. Like I know what that means. During the past year, a number of former chapter honorees and members have left us. Former Princeton High School coach, head coach Bill Cirillo, 2000 Distinguished American honoree Jay Destrobot, and 1980 Distinguished American and Toastmaster Emeritus Nick Guz. They all were instrumental in helping our chapter and our programs. But we do have a few special guests with us this evening. And one was a very pleasant surprise. If I may, I have no idea in the audience where he may be, but I met him this evening for the first time, and to be honest with you, it took my breath away. In 1962, when this chapter had its first dinner, the scholar leader athlete was a gentleman by the name of Patrick Ryan from Notre Dame High School. He's here tonight for the first time. He's back to see how far we've come in the last 54 years. Mr. Ryan, will you please stand? Table 12. Thank you so much. Also, another important gentleman in the audience this evening is Mr. Robert Cassiola, who we call Coach. He got us here to this point tonight with his leadership and influence over the years. The former head coach of Princeton University and the former director of the National Football Foundation, Mr. Robert Cassiola. Coach? Other guests that I know are here. I know the president of the Essex County chapter of the National Football Foundation and a former scholar leader athlete in 1980, Ron Anello. Ron Anello is here. And I know John Rising, the head football coach at Northern Burlington. Believe it or not, a coach was a former scholar athlete. Coach Rising, where are you? Please stand. The Delaware Valley chapter remains active year-round. Thanks to Rob Pluta at Leonardo's 2. Steve Tuckerson once again led a very successful TD club during our season. On the horizon, the Sunshine Classic is preparing for its 20th, let me say it again, 20th annual All-Star Game. Thanks to our players, coaches, and support staff. It's become one of the more successful ventures in raising funds for the Sunshine Foundation, for the Dream Lift, and for our chapter scholarship program. I'd like to especially thank Mr. Jim Fisher, or Coach Jim Fisher. Is Jim here? Please stand. I'd like to thank Jack Dunn, the executive director of the All-Star Game. Jack, please stand. And thank you and your committee for all your hard work. You saw the highlights when you entered the room this evening from last year's game. The 2015 season also saw some new faces on the sideline as first-year coaches Mark Lordi at Notre Dame. Mark's here. Harry Flaherty at the Lawrenceville School. Chris Maleo at the Petty School. Mohammed El Sherbini at Trenton High. And Ethan Giros at Heightstown. They made their debuts in our area. And that brings us full circle back to our program. Our highlight event, our 54th annual George Waugh Scholar Leader Athlete Awards Dinner. In closing, like any organization, we need to grow, and we're looking for new, young people to get involved. If you have the time and desire and want to join our team, please see one of our members. If sponsorship of any kind is something you can see to help us, we would certainly love to hear from you. But more important, we're looking for membership. To become a member of the National Football Foundation, you can go to our website, www.delvalfootballfoundation.com, and we have a link to the national website. It's because of the young men here tonight that you see in front that nights like tonight make all the efforts worthwhile. Wow. Enjoy the program this evening. Thank you. At this time, if you watch the screen on the side, we're going to show you a little clip from our national organization.
I think the greatest thing about football is the lessons it teaches you, the values you learn that are beneficial to you.
Here's Manning, back to pass.
When you get hit, you get back up and you continue to strive to reach for that goal line. Well, it's just like that in life too. You get knocked down, you get back up and you continue to strive and reach for the goals that which you set for yourself.
I tell you, in tough times and in good times, football has been the backbone of much of my success.
You look at the game of football, And you realize that in many ways it's a metaphor for the American psyche, who we are, what's important to us.
What makes America great? And you look and say, you know, the sport of American football hasn't exactly exported around the world. And when you look at the fact that we are the #1 GDP in the entire world with 26% of the world representative of what happens in the United States of America, if you think I don't believe that football has something to do with that, God bless America.
At the National Football Foundation, we build leaders through football. I think there's so many people that are leaders in our country, leaders in our society, who did play football, and you'll always hear them reflect back on their football days and the lessons they learned there.
Football has been such an important part of my life and really shaping me in so many ways. Had it not been for this game, would you really know what it's like to face adversity? Would you really know what it's like to be pinned down? And how do you listen and get over yourself of making yourself the most important person out there, where you truly understand how to become a member of a team?
The tough lessons about football have guided my decisions in business. Trust, love, and commitment is the motto on our national championship ring in '88 at Notre Dame. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you committed to excellence? If I can answer those three questions in the affirmative about anyone, whether it's at home, whether it's someone I'm doing business with, I know I'm dealing with somebody who's a keeper.
The National Football Foundation is the biggest advocate for football in general.
Part of our mission in the National Football Foundation is to make sure every aspect of the public recognizes that overwhelming majority of the young men who play the game of college football do it for the right reasons, they do it the right way, and they're able to both infuse the game with their own values and take from the game the important values that the game of football can provide for them.
This organization started by General MacArthur, Red Blake, and Grantland Rice. We stand for what's good about the game of football. There's a lot of good people out there and good things that go on with kids that play football, and I think we recognize them. And especially, I'm proud of the fact that we recognize the scholar athlete.
When we pick our scholar athletes, you were exposed to literally hundreds of spectacular young men, and you'd say any one of them I'd love to have as a son, and to embrace him and say, I am so proud of what you're doing, not just as a football player, but with the rest of your life.
You celebrate those values that you believe are important to you, and what we spend time and invest in are the things that people understand is important to us. That Campbell Trophy is all about promoting and extolling the virtues of the highest and best of all of us, and that is balancing the interest of this sport, playing well on the field, but at the same time understanding that the long-term play, the true game of life, is all about excellence off the field.
That's the type of individual that's going to help us have a better country in which we all live in. And I always admired the fact that the National Football Foundation recognize high school seniors, and they honor high school seniors with scholarships. And I love the fact that the numerous amount of chapters that the National Football Foundation has recognizes those high school seniors as well.
We reward kids starting at high school with our chapter program and all the scholar athletes scholarships that we give to needy kids, the ones that do this great job of balancing that football time and that academic requirements. We honor those kids, and those are the ones that turn out to be, great leaders and great people in our society.
I think the College Football Hall of Fame is extremely important to the foundation. The College Football Hall of Fame really keeps the legacy of football, whether it's through the great players that played the game, the great leaders in our country that have been impacted by the game, keep you up on current issues going on in college football. It's a huge part of football in itself.
These are our icons from the past. Let's honor them, because by honoring them, we honor the game today and we honor the game in the future.
We've been in other places. We got a great place and a great city and an unbelievable Hall of Fame that people are just flat gonna want to see and go through.
I think the National Football Foundation will have a big impact on the future of football, because the National Football Foundation is always going to be out front, leading the charge to keep the game going, to promoting the game of football, making sure that people understand the value of playing the game of football and the values that playing the game of football brings to individuals.
I'm all about promoting the benefits of this sport to the kids who play it, to the families who support it, to the communities who enjoy it. It's a lot bigger than just guys running into each other on a football field over inflated pigskin.
It's just gratifying to be part of something that does something good for young people. But we're always looking for more areas where we can do good and more people we can help and more ways we can just promote the game of football and the great game that it is.
Well, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach, for those remarks and your leadership on our organization here in Delaware Valley Chapter. I hope everyone enjoyed that video as well about the national organization. And with that, let's turn our attention to the first award of the evening, our Delaware Valley Chapter Little Scholar Award. To introduce this year's winner, please welcome to the podium the longtime president of Hamilton Township Pop Warner, Mr. Bud Ralston.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 54th Annual George Waugh Awards Dinner. Many of the recipients today have heard this, but congratulations, gentlemen. It's a very proud day for your family, friends, coaches that are in the audience, and a very proud day for yourself for your accomplishments. Excuse me. Our recipient today for the Little Scholar Award started his football career at Hamilton Pop Warner, but most recently, he's associated with the Bordentown Bulldogs youth program. He attends Reynolds Middle School in Hamilton. His current football coach describes him as an exceptional young man. He has a GPA of 3.98 and is a recent Science Fair Award winner. He's also a Pop Warner Eastern Region Scholar athlete. Spends some of his spare time as a Miracle League buddy. That's an organization that serves veterans during the Thanksgiving holiday season. His math teacher has also described him as a great role model. He displays great citizenship, very trustworthy, and has a positive attitude. I'd like to welcome Kyle Dalgan.
Sure? Sure? Okay. All right. You never know. We have had it before where 4 years later our little scholar's back up here as one of our high school seniors receiving an award. So maybe then if Kyle's back, we'll get a few words from him. Congratulations, Kyle. And now back to the podium, Mr. Eric Hamilton.
Kyle, nice job. Write that one down. For the first time since the chapter's been in existence, we've had an opportunity to partner with Special Olympics New Jersey. We're very fortunate because they run such an exceptional flag football program on their Lawrenceville campus. We're thrilled tonight to have someone who embodies what we look for in our scholar leader athletes. Steve Rodenbeck is a leader, he's an athlete, and he's proven himself in every opportunity he's had along the way. Last year, the silver medal was won by Special Olympics New Jersey at the USA Games. For the first time this evening, we have the Eunice Shriver Kennedy Champion Award, and our first honoree, and hopefully many long ones to come, Mr. Steve Rodenbeck. Steve?
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, that's great. I just want to thank everybody for their support for Special Olympics, and without everybody's support, this would not be possible. And I'm just saying, it's very rewarding to compete in Special Olympics, and it's also great to give back as well. Thanks very much for attending there. Thank you.
All right, congratulations once again, Steve. Our next award winner played football for Florence High, and he's returned to his football roots in a big way. First serving as a volunteer coach in the town's Pop Warner program, then an assistant with the high school program, before ultimately returning to the youth football community when his daughter became a cheerleader. Now, he's the president of the Florence Township Youth Football and Cheer Association. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's Contribution to Youth Football Award winner, Mr. Fred Dunphy.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the Delaware Valley chapter for recognizing me with this award tonight. I'm truly honored. Since I was in second grade, football has been a life, something that I've had passion about. In Florence Township, we have a strong tradition, and I believe with tradition comes pride. The players take pride in wearing the blue and gold jerseys. Our coaches take pride in the values that they teach. The community takes pride in the teams they come to see and play. Years ago in Florence, I believe we lost a little bit of the tradition, the pride. Kids forgot and didn't know what it took to be a Florence football player. So when my son started playing, I came back to the youth program. I was then later accepted as the president of the youth football organization. Then after becoming the president, it gave me a chance to try to restore what was lost and to teach all the kids on all levels what it took to become a Florence football player, what it means to strap that helmet on, what it means to wear your blue and gold jerseys on Fridays before a game, why you have to work hard on the field and in the classroom. Becoming a president also gave me the opportunity to bring some of the new coaches into the program, those who believed in me and where I was trying to go with the program. One of my greatest honors this year was coaching alongside of some guys that I coached 18 years ago when I first got into youth football. They were little guys, and I watched them grow and help them through youth football into high school, coached them in high school. That was a big honor for me. They came back, and now they're giving themselves to the program. I believe that is what it's all about, and that's what we're about. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank some people that are here tonight to support me and our program. I want to thank my parents, first of all, who taught me the hard-nosed work ethic and support me in everything I do. When I came home in the second grade, I told my mom, I said, "Mom, I want to play football." She said, "Okay." My dad was a baseball guy. So my dad came home from work. My mom said, "Freddie wants to play football." Okay. Took me out, joined me up, started help coaching, and I'm still at that same field I was when I was a little kid coaching. I want to thank them. I want to thank Russ Bill, president of our West Jersey Football League. You know, he had a big contribution in accepting our program into the league, and he became a real good friend of mine over the last couple of years. My coaches that are here tonight, Joe, Matt, Zach, and Pat, their hard work and dedication to the program. To be a good coach, I believe you got to surround yourself with good people. These guys are a special group of people. Joe Frappoli Sr. and Joe Frappoli Jr., who accepted me not just into their family, but into the football family. These guys are the backbones of Florence football. I had the honor to play for Coach Joe Frapoli, and also to coach along beside him. That's truly an honor for me. My brother-in-law, Joey Frapoli, me and him talk about football every day. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. My mother-in-law, Donna, who helps my wife with the kids, comes to all our football games Saturday and Sunday. I really appreciate her. My sons, Michael and John Paul, who got me back into youth football, showing their hard work and dedication on the field. I'm going to thank them. My son, Patrick. I know I'm going on and on. My son, Patrick, who's a little guy right now. He's not ready for football yet. I'm going to thank him for coming out to the football field, supporting his dad. My daughter, Isabella, who's one of the biggest fans of mine. She's there for every game for me, yelling loud, yelling at the refs, yelling at the other players. Big supporter for me and our program. My wife, Gina, my biggest supporter, on and off the field. Gina is my right and left hand. Without her, football program and family wouldn't function. I'm truly blessed to have her by my side. She's my soulmate. She's my best friend. And lastly, I'd like to say to the guys being honored tonight, this is only one chapter of the book of your life. If you take the same disciplines you learned in football, the values, the dedication, the hard work, and you take that, the things you learned from some coaches and mentors that touch your life, and you take that to the big game, which I believe the big game is life, you'll be a very successful person. I'm going to thank everybody tonight.
Oh, come on, that was great. That was good stuff. Coach Frapoli, did you have anything to do with that? Gina? The passion of Florence football. Gotta love it. Tonight, we have a couple special awards we've started because there's some really important people we'd like to recognize. Tony Persicelli Meritorious Service Award. If you don't know Tony Persicelli, then you're new to the area. A longtime sports writer for the Trenton Times, finished his career with the Trentonian, was also a member of the 1970 undefeated, but tied once, Trenton High School football team. Tony Persicelli was as loyal as they come, especially to the high. He was a longtime member of our organization, wrote many of the stories, many of the bios that you see in our dinner program over the years. He cared about the kids. He knew where he came from, he was proud of it, and he supported it. All the time that he put in, from going into the paper on Sunday mornings on his own to do football statistics during the season, to taking the time in the offseason to make sure that local kids got recognized in the statewide newspapers. That was Tony Persicelli. Tonight, we've named our Meritorious Service Award after him, and we think we've got somebody who fits the bill. George O'Gorman has been around a long time. How do I know? Because when I played high school football at Bordentown, George O'Gorman was covering games for the Burlington County Times. He moved up to the big time when he came to Trenton. And for all those years at the Trentonian covering sports, not only football, but soccer and baseball and softball and every sport, basketball that came down the line, George O'Gorman is the city of Trenton. He's the fabric of sports. He's been a member of our organization for many, many years. He's a former Contribution Amateur Football Award winner. I can't think of anybody, and he was a dear friend of Tony Persicelli, I can't think of anybody that fits the bill to receive our first Tony Persicelli Meritorious Service Awards than Mr. George O'Gorman. George, please stand. Thank you, Vince, for presenting George with his award. As you know, George has had a little bit of trouble, but he's back. You read him again in the Trentonian, and you continue to read him, God willing. Thank you, George O'Gorman. Our second award this year is a Good Guy Award, named after Nick Guz, the former longtime athletic director at the Lawrenceville School. He's a graduate of Trenton Normal School, where he was a football and track star. He's been somebody who has been dubbed Toastmaster Emeritus in Mercer County. Certainly for us, he's hosted this dinner more than you'd ever know. Unfortunately, Nick just passed away this past year, but his memory will be with us forever. What he means to the game, what he means to the chapter, what he means to the Scholar Leader athletes. Nick Guz was a guy that understood the big picture. Tonight, we have somebody who really emulates what Nick Guz was all about. Our first Nick Guz Good Guy Award winner goes to a gentleman by the name of Mr. David McWilliam. Dave McWilliam is a gentleman who for many years has served as a teacher, as a coach, as an administrator, and now that he's retired and back at work, somebody who's an advocate for our kids. What makes a good guy? A good guy is somebody that doesn't say no. While that may be the answer, there's other ways to get there besides the answer of no. All the years that Dave was an administrator, a coach, AD, principal, Hamilton West, Steiner, Nottingham, Notre Dame High School, wherever else he's been, he's always worked for the goal of what was good for our students. It's our pleasure this evening to have tonight Mr. David McWilliam as our first Nick Guz Good Guy Award winner. Nick, or Dave?
Coach, I'm going to take a little bit of George's time, I think. First of all, congratulations to all the honorees here tonight, especially our Scholar Leader athletes. I happen to know Xavier Lazinski very well, and Xavier epitomizes what that scholar athlete means. He is certainly an excellent student, an excellent leader both between the lines and in our school as a whole, and he certainly knows what it means to be a Scholar Leader athlete. Doesn't come without great parents. All of you parents should be very, very proud of these young men because it's quite an honor to be selected as a Scholar Leader athlete. While I have the microphone, I'm going to say a few other thank yous. 39 years in education, you get a chance to work with a lot of great people, and all these people that Eric has mentioned I've had an opportunity to serve with, and I mean that, serve. Nick Guz was a great athletic director, but almost even a better person. He understood what education was all about. So to be recognized as a Good Guy Award in his name is certainly, I am proud, privileged, and truly honored to take that award. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Gomez. Dr. Gomez, many, many years ago, along with Dr. DiBiase, two excellent surgeons out of Trenton Orthopedic Group. I saw a lot of people with some of their work earlier today. But Dr. Gomez and Dr. DiBiase, they used to come down to Mercer County wrestling tournaments and volunteer thousands of hours helping out at those tournaments. So not only they're excellent surgeons, but they're good people that volunteered and gave back to our community. They also, back in the early 80s, got the athletic training program started in Mercer County. Everyone takes that for granted now, but those two guys were really the people that put it together and helped put that whole athletic training program together and help our Board of Education to realize how important athletic trainers were. I want to thank our president of this association. I had a chance to play at Montclair State College football program. Our big game was against Trenton State College. And Eric Hamilton is an All-American college football player. But Scholar Leader athletes, let me tell you, he's not only an All-American football player, he's an All-American person. He understands what it means to give back to community. Talk about time. Here's a guy that's coaching football, raising 5 kids, and also had time to be the president of the Board of Education in Hamilton Township. And anytime I came to him in any of the positions I was there serving in, he was there to help. Do the right thing by the kids. And this program, I've been coming to this dinner probably for 30 years, and he is a backbone of this program, and I can't thank him enough, Eric, for your leadership. Just go around the horn a little bit. Had a chance to teach and coach at Steiner High School, and Coach Caruso, who coaches there now, his dad and I coach together, and he certainly knows what it means to be a coach, helping the entire school program at Steiner High School, doing a great job between the lines, but even a better job as a leader in that school. Next, I had an opportunity to recommend one of my former players, John Adams, to be the head football coach at Nottingham High School. And I am truly, truly proud, and he knows this. I love him like a son. And he has made a difference being more than a coach at Nottingham High School, a father to so many kids over the years that he's been coaching here. Coach, fantastic job, and you know I appreciate everything you're doing. As a principal at Hamilton West, I had an opportunity to recommend Coach Hoagland. Coach Hoagland is a little disciple of Coach Hamilton from Trenton State College, and he knows also how important it is to be a coach, not just between the lines, but he drove kids up to Maine to go to school, flew kids out to Southern Illinois to look at colleges out there. He helps those kids at that school do everything. And I can't thank him enough for when I served for the 13 years I was principal at West, serving as a football coach there. He is truly a leader, and I appreciate Coach Hoagland very much. I had an opportunity for 35 years to work for the godfather of Hamilton, Neil Benzavengo. Some people in the room know what I mean when I talk about that. Now I have an opportunity to work for God up at Notre Dame High School. Truly feel blessed that in retirement I still have an opportunity to serve students and help kids grow. Coach Lordi, we had an opportunity to just hire a new football coach at Notre Dame, and he knows the X's and O's and he knows how to put plays together. But I think in the hospital bed, when he was sitting next to a young man that almost lost his life, he realized that being a head football coach is more than what happens on the field. It's more about what happens outside of the field. And Coach Lordi realized that. I think we have a winner as a coach because he understands those things. And Coach Hamilton talked about Coach McKenna. Well, Coach McKenna is a special guy. Those of you that don't know him, he runs the weight room up at Notre Dame, and he does more than run the weight room and help coach all kinds of sports. He's our president and leader of our Catholic Athletes for Christ. And he knows what it means to give back to others. So I guess the theme of my thank you speech is just to say thank you all, teachers and coaches, for what you do for our students. You truly understand that being an educator, being a coach, is what it's all about, not just between the lines, but everything else you teach our students to be. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. God bless.
Well, congratulations once again, Dave, and to Oj over there. Congratulations. Let's turn our attention now to this year's Hank Johns Coach of the Year Award. But before we honor this year's recipient, we'd be remiss if we didn't recognize some other noteworthy coaching performances from this past season. 8 coaches in the room led their teams to the NJS IAA playoffs, including a pair of the first-year head coaches Coach Hamilton referred to, Mark Lordi at Notre Dame and Coach El Sherbini at Trenton Central High School. Then there's Jerry Uri, the chief, who led Pennington to a 4-game turnaround and a 6-3 campaign over in the prep school ranks. Congratulations to those individuals. And the prep school ranks is where we'll stay as we meet this year's recipient. 10 years ago, he was on this stage after leading West Windsor-Plainsboro South to a 10-1 mark in his first season on the sidelines for the Pirates. He's been deserving of this award several times since, and this year he was the clear choice after his Hun squad completed a perfect season. Please welcome Mr. Todd Smith.
That was very nice, Stephen. 10 years ago, I won this award and didn't have anything planned. I came up here and winged it, and it was it good? It was a little risque, so we'll tone it down this time. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by saying thank you to the Delaware Valley Football Chapter for honoring the Scholar Athletes tonight and presenting me with the Hank Johns Coach of the Year Award. I'd also like to thank the Hun School headmaster, John Brome, as well as my athletic directors, Bill and Kathy Quirk, my admissions director, Steve Bristol, my Hun School principal, Ryan Hughes, for all their support we've had over the past 2 seasons and welcoming me into the Hun family. Every coach here tonight has 2 families. You have your coaching family and you have your family. I'm blessed to have one of the best coaching staffs in the area. Many thanks to my fellow Hun School coaches, Nick Steffner, Bob Ziegler, Tristan DeFazio, Mike Renna, Kevin Johnson, Jimmy Nalig, and Bill Quirk. I wouldn't hesitate for a second to let any of you coach my son. Each of you approach football the right way, and your passion shines through every time our team takes the field. 2 years ago, we inherited a team that was 2-6. It was the hard work and the effort put in by the players and my coaching staff that pushed this team to its fullest potential, allowing it to go 15-1 over the past 2 seasons with back-to-back Maple championships. I'm probably not going to let Coach Steffner give my son any dating advice, though, because he should not do that for any of these young men up here. We have to draw the line someplace. Special thanks to Dave Caldwell and the Hopewell Valley School District for allowing Nick Steffner and myself to join their staff 3 years ago during their magical state championship season. That was one of the best coaching years I've ever had, and I will forever be grateful. Congratulations to the area first-year head coaches, Coach Jaros from Hightstown, Coach El Shabini from Trenton, Coach Lordai from Notre Dame. Great job this year, and good luck moving forward. And congratulations to my fellow Maple coaches, Chris Malayo and Harry Flaherty, on successful first years. Both of you are some of the finest young head coaches in the area, and the Maple League is lucky to have both of you to be a part of it. Thank you to my parents, Robert and Marianne Smith, and my father-in-law, Bob Polakowski. You've been so supportive to me throughout my coaching career, and I'm truly blessed to be able to call myself your son. I'd also like to thank my father for probably being the world's oldest ball boy in America. We tried to give the job to this little kid 2 years ago, but my dad just simply wouldn't let him do it. 2 years ago, we played Germantown Academy, and he got destroyed on the sideline by the ball carrier. Everybody ran, even the kid that ran him over from Germantown picked him up, and everybody was shaking him up and, seeing if he was all right. He just kind of, muttered curse words and profanities under his breath, get off me, don't touch me, I'm fine. And when we got over to him, I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, hits like that let you know you're alive, son. Finally, I'd like to thank my lovely wife, Jennifer, for being my better half, making me a better man, and being a wonderful and caring mother to our beautiful 6-month-old baby boy, Grayson. My wife is so dedicated to the Hun School football program that she strategically planned to have our son during the bye week. It's all in the planning. And to my baby boy, Grayson, thank you for reminding me what true joy really is, with your wonderful smiles and your lovable belly laughs. On the ride over here today, I was talking to my wife in the car, and I said, in your wildest dreams, did you ever imagine that you'd be going to this dinner with the head football coach from the Hun School who's getting this award? She took about 3 seconds and looked right back at me and said, babe, you don't exist in my wildest dreams. I hate you, Tom Selleck. If you come to my house and check my DVR, all you'll see is episodes of Blue Bloods and Magnum PI reruns. Most coaches won't approach the game the way my coaching staff and I do. We try to keep it somewhat loose with our players. By bonding as a family and dropping our egos at the door, players and coaches alike, we are able to create an environment of mutual respect, which means there's a lot of jokes out on the practice field. Most of them are usually at my expense. I've found that creating an atmosphere of fun and trust, we're able to get the most out of our players, starters and backups. However, at some points during practice, my players might think I'm a little bipolar because, like most coaches, I can flip the switch and get to that serious mode pretty quick. But for the most part, we try to have a good time. I think a great example of that was this season when we went up to play Blair Academy. We were pretty banged up, and we were down our starting quarterback. We had to start a sophomore. and he was extremely nervous, and we wanted to really just ease him into the game. So his first passing attempt, we told him who to throw it to, don't think about it, and he hit the fullback in the flat for a 20-yard gain. And again, on the his second pass attempt, same thing, fullback in the flat for the 20-yard gain. So we're in the red zone, and he got hit when he threw the ball, not his fault, and the ball went right to the defensive end from Blair Academy, who ran 89 yards the other way for a touchdown, and we were down 6-0 to start the game. He hung his head, came over, extremely sad, looked at me with sad eyes, and I just extended my hand and went to shake his, and he's like, "What's that for?" And I said, "Well, congratulations, son. That's your first touchdown pass of your varsity career." He cracked a smile. We patted him on the head. He went in and led our team to a 28-12 victory. I like to take bits and pieces of every coach I've ever played for. One of them is a coach who this award's named after. A lot of people receive this award, but they don't know who Coach Hank Johns was. Coach Hank Johns, for those of you who don't know him, was the linebacker coach at the College of New Jersey. I had the pleasure of playing for Hank Johns for 2 years until he passed away during our season. Coach Johns was one of the most, unique coaches I've ever had. And I should have no interaction with Coach Johns whatsoever since I was an offensive lineman. But everybody on the team got to experience Coach Johns' conditioning period in county fair. Of course, he was in charge of the up-down station. And of course, out of the 8 stations, the offensive lineman had to go to the up-down station last, where Coach Johns would be waiting for you. And he'd have that smile on his face. And he'd just look at all the fat guys running towards him, extremely tired, making noises that you didn't know were humanly possible. And he'd suck us into this world of sympathy and say, "Hey, guys, you're doing it. I'm going to take it easy on you. You're going to be fine." And then the whistle would blow to start the station, and he would just start yelling at us. He's like, "Who are we kidding? You fat boys need to work harder than everybody else." And we just started working hard. And he was great, and we loved him for it. He had that relationship with us. My best memory of Coach Johns came during the season when I realized quickly that during our playoff run that not everybody gets to go on the bus to the NCAA playoff games at the College of New Jersey. And I really wanted to go on the bus. I really wanted to make the bus, and I needed to make my mark on scout team that week. We were getting ready, and the team that we were playing ran a lot of counter trey, so as the offensive tackle, we had to pull a lot. That year, we were lucky to have a really good linebacker named Jimmy Riley on our team. And if you guys don't know who Jimmy Riley was like a 24-year-old freshman who did about 5 years in the military before he enrolled at TCNJ. Pretty much the scariest human I've ever encountered in my life. And on the first play, I led out on counter trey, led up through the hole. He didn't see me coming, and I knocked him over. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and I could hear Coach Johns yelling at Jimmy in the background. And as I walked away back to the huddle, I was tackled by Jimmy Riley, and he proceeded to turn my helmet so I was looking out of the ear hole. And my teammates and Coach Johns helped me up and walked me back to the huddle, and Coach Johns says, "Smitty, that was great." He's like, "Do it again." And I said, "Okay." And he's like, "Don't worry about Jimmy. That's just his process. That's how he works things out." And I said, "Okay, Coach Johns." Go back. We run the same exact play. Again, I hit Jimmy Riley. Knock him over. On the way back to the huddle, he tackles me again. This time, I try to fight back a little bit, and now my helmet's on backwards as I walk back to the huddle. Coach Johns comes over again. "Smitty, that was a really good job. Do it again." I was like, "All right." So we go back, and he's like, "And if I could give you a piece of advice, Smitty?" I said, "What's up, Coach?" He said, "Whatever you do, don't fight back." And I was like, "Okay." So we ran it again, and right before the play, Coach John stopped me and goes, "Hey, Riley, why don't you watch for Smitty this time?" So before the ball was even snapped, Riley ran through and knocked me over. And I was like, "This is awesome." I was like, "Coach Johns." We met in the lounge after the practice. He said, "Smitty, that was a great job today." And I said, "Thanks, Coach. You think I got on the bus?" He said, "Oh, yeah, you're on the bus. We made that list yesterday. You're good to go." I remember a lot of stuff. I see Coach Bones is over there. He was probably there laughing the whole time. In closing, I am honored to accept this award on behalf of the Hun School. I am honored to follow in the footsteps of great coaches like Bill Long and Dave Dudek, trying to continue the winning tradition they had started to maintain long before I got to the Hun School. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. Continue to honor your families and your coaches as you move on in life. And I have 2 pieces of advice for you. Number 1, never pick a fight with a 25-year-old Marine. And number 2, practice every day like you want to make that bus. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations once again, Todd. At this point, we'll take a break from the program. It's the last call for the silent auction out there, and when we return, we'll have our 2 final awards, our contribution to amateur football, our Distinguished American Award, and then we'll meet all the young men here before you. Thank you.
Baby, you a song that make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise. What up, Nelly? All right. Yeah, when I first saw that bikini top on her, she's popping right out of the South Georgia water. Thought, oh, good Lord, she had the long tail legs, couldn't help myself, so I walked up and said, well, baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise down a back road, blowing stop signs through the middle of every little farm town with you in this brand new Chevy with a lift kit. Would look a hell of a lot better with you up in it. So baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise. I got my windows down and the radio up, get your radio up. Yeah, she was sipping on Southern and singing Marshall Tucker. We were falling in love in the sweetheart of summer. She hopped right up into the cab of my truck and said, fire it up, let's go get this thing stuck. Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise down a back road, blowing stop signs through the middle of every little farm town with you in this brand new.
Welcome back. Thank you to the Hyatt staff for providing dinner in a timely fashion. We're closing in on a highlight of our evening, our Scholar Leader athletes. But before I do that, we have 2 terrific people who I would like for you to meet. Our contribution to amateur football is somebody or a person in our area who's given back to the game for a number of years. I know this evening we have a number of former award winners in the audience. Steve Gazdek in 2004, Jim Fisher in 2007, John McKenna in 2010, 2011, I believe Coach Bones, Paul Vikrowski's here this evening, 2012 at the O'Gorman table, Rich Fisher, and 2013, Rob Radis. These are people who have given back to the game during their time in the Delaware Valley area. Tonight is no exception. Tonight we recognize for the first time a group, Trenton Orthopedic Group. They do so much for our student athletes who participate in the game of football. Football is a game where if you play, you may get hurt. Let me be the first to tell you that. But if you understand that and you're coached properly and you train, you can certainly minimize when that happens. But if it does, we have some really good people in the room who understand what it takes to get back on the field. Representing Trenton Orthopedic Group tonight is a gentleman who I've known for a number of years. A long time. Somebody, when you walk out in the field and you have a player who's laying there that you can look at and says, you don't have to say a word. You just know what you have to deal with. But you also know that if there's a time factor involved, he'll be back on the field as quickly as possible in a healthy and safe way. I can't say enough about the relationship that I've had as a coach with Trenton Orthopedic Group, and more importantly, with the relationship I've had with Dr. William Gomez. He's a man who understands athletics. He's a man who understands the game of football. He certainly has stood on the sidelines enough to know what it's like to stand there, rain and shine. Never been a factor. It's always been about the kids, just like tonight. It's my pleasure to introduce from Trenton Orthopedic Group to represent Dr. William Gomez.
I have to bring this down a little bit. I'm not as tall as Eric and the other football players. Thanks, Eric, for the kind introduction. We at TOG are honored and humbled by the award from the Delaware chapter of the National Football Foundation. We feel that it's a privilege to work with the various high schools and college teams in Delaware Valley. The word team has been a very powerful factor in my life, and I also believe in most people's lives in this room. But what's the meaning of the word team? One definition is a group of players on one side of a competitive game or sport. Another is a group of people with a full set of complementary skills required to complete a task, job, or project. These definitions are why we are all here today. The Delaware Valley chapter of the National Football Foundation is a team of coaches who work together to promote the power of amateur football in developing qualities of leadership, sportsmanship, competitive zeal, and drive for the academic excellence in America's young people. These individual coaches then go to build a football team at their academic institutions that nurture and guide the young men sitting here tonight who have improved not only in their athletic capabilities, but also have excelled academically. What a great accomplishment in life because they chose to be part of a team. In reality, that's why I am speaking tonight. I want to congratulate all of the scholar athletes on their awards. I believe that these select individuals will go on to have a positive impact in their communities wherever they live in the future, in part because of the lifelong lessons learned by the hard work, determination, sacrifices, and pure joy of being a part of something bigger than themselves, being part of a team. We at TOG are also part of a team. As Dave McWilliams told me last month at the Media Day breakfast, he reminded me when Dr. John DiBiase first started working with the athletic trainers of Hamilton schools in 1984. You wouldn't know it by looking at him from his smaller stature, but John also was a scholar athlete running back in high school. He decided to start building a sports medicine team at TOG, and fortunately, I was able to join him in 1988 after my time at the University of Pittsburgh, where as the assistant team physician, I was first exposed to football on the sidelines with incredibly talented players such as Ironhead Haywood from Passaic and Tony Siragusa, our defensive tackle from Kenilworth, New Jersey. From then on, I was hooked for life. But two people are a pretty small team, and John and I are pretty small, so that really doesn't work. So through the years, we have added John Snell, another scholar athlete in football from the University of Rochester, Dr. Joshua Hornstein, who competed in soccer in high school and came to us after a sports medicine fellowship at Boston University, followed recently by Dr. Evan Conti, who played soccer and baseball prior to a sports medicine fellowship at the University of Virginia. Now this is a team whose goal is to care for the athletes of Delaware Valley as if they were their own children. We cover the sidelines because we love it, it's in our blood, it's part of our DNA, it's our passion. It's a part of our lives now and as it was when we were younger because we were all a part of various teams with positive experiences, and now we want to pay it forward. Finally, I need to recognize the team that allows me to be on the sidelines and not at home. The love of my life, my wife Marcy, my 4 daughters, Alexandra, Sabrina, Gabriella, and Francesca, who are all learning the ups and downs by being involved in their respective sports of field hockey, lacrosse, and basketball. I would like to thank you once again for this honor, as well as to congratulate the other honorees and to wish good luck in college to the 2016 Scholar Athletes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Gomez. Well said. It takes a team, and football's a team game, to win. Such is the case with a distinguished American. Former distinguished Americans in the audience tonight, I'd like to introduce to you at this time. In 1985, the award is named the Robert F. Cassiola Award, Distinguished American Award. He's here tonight. Coach Cass, again, thank you. From Arizona, Coach Cassiola. In 2008, from Borden Perlman, Mr. Kelly Myers, one of our executive board members. Kelly. In 2012, Mr. Frank Lucchese. Frank, where are you, Frank? And unfortunately, he had to leave, but he was here in 2014. Mr. Jeff Perlman from Borden Perlman Insurance Company was here. So thank you all. All right, I got to tell you, I'm going to have some fun with this one. I've been looking forward to introducing the Distinguished American all night. Not because of what you know, because you can read what you want to know in the journal about a terrific person and a terrific human being, Mr. Bernie Flynn. But in the time trying to put this dinner on this evening, I've met a number of wonderful people, and they're at the NJM table. I won't mention any names. However, it's a great team. What a great team NJM has in support of Mr. Bernie Flynn. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And what I've learned, I guess, to be a head man, to be a president, to be a CEO, to be an executive, you have to know what's coming and be prepared for whatever it is that you see and hear, and be prepared what you're able to do. And Mr. Flynn has certainly done that. Bernie, as you can see, has risen through the ranks. He played at Moorestown High School for the legendary George Masters and his assistant Dick Loring. Legendary because of the games they used to have with Rancocas Valley on Thanksgiving against Coach Bill Gordon. He then took that knowledge that he learned on the football field, those leadership skills, to Fordham University. And pretend like Fordham's like Division I, like they are now. But back when we played, Fordham was one of the guys. But it was still tough football. Seton Hall, Uppsala, Trenton State, Montclair State, good football where you had to have an opportunity. If you wanted to play, you had to have the grades to get in. You had to be able to perform. However, it's more than that. It's being able to get knocked down and get up. It's about being able to finish 4 years and succeed, and then taking on the next challenge that you have. I have a little bit of a treat here right now. Ethan, are you with me? I know you've all seen some things over the years, but I'm going to show you tonight more than what I can say. If you look up at the screen, I'm going to show you a little film clip from 1977. I got film clips, Mr. Flynn, from your Rancocas Valley Thanksgiving game that you were just talking to me about. Watch the screen. I wish I was John Madden, had the telestrator. You got here, you got up. We're looking for number 21. 21 in the dark, I believe. This is a home game. All right, so far. You're looking for a safety and a defensive back. You're looking for a receiver on offense. You're looking for a punt returner. You're looking for a kick returner. Here we go. In case you're wondering, back in the day, this was black and white film that used to run. They turned into DVDs for us. I'm going to say strong safety, Bernie. Safety, corner. There's a hit coming up here on the tailback pretty soon. I remember 21 coming into the backfield. I did watch this film, by the way. There, that's you in motion. That was you in motion. Now look, you want to have a few laughs? Look at the sideline. Look how the fence is in. Look at the people up against the field. This is how it was played back then. You know what's great? They think 1977's old school. But you're on defense. You see 21. Fake punt. That was Franco Harrisonburg, Giuseppe Harris, Rancocas Valley. Now, if I let this play for another 20 minutes, he'd be very happy. But I'm not so sure how everybody else will. Listen, it's my pleasure to introduce number 21, Mr. Bernie Flynn from New Jersey Manufacturers.
I don't know where he got that tape, but looking at it, I'm sure you have the same feeling I've had when I've looked at old tapes. I'm not as good as I thought I was. I mean, where the heck am I? What am I doing? And I have helped with my friends to compile a lot of those tapes and give them out to former players. My lovely wife Ann, who I want to thank for being here, she listens to my football stories, and I had her one night watching 2 hours worth of tape. I didn't do a darn thing on the tape at all, but she sat there with me and listened to me for 2 hours. It is amazing for me to be here at a football event and to even be considered, for this honor. I have to say, at the company and the NJM staff, as Eric said, is absolutely terrific. On Friday, we had a luncheon with staff to honor someone who was 25 years with the company. And we're talking at lunch, and some had seen the article about this event and this honor for me in the paper, and one of our female executives said, "Bernie, that's terrific. You're getting an honor on Sunday for football." I said, "Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it." And she said, "Oh, you played college football." "Oh." And she kind of looks me up and down, and then she says, "What were you, a kicker?" She's no longer with the company. Now, truth be told, she's one of our finest executives, and I told that story to my family over the weekend, and they loved it because they know how much football has meant to me. Let me start by congratulating all of the honorees tonight. It's a very special evening, and it's a privilege to be included with so many accomplished individuals, especially the scholar athletes that you see here in front of you. During the past several weeks, I've enjoyed reading your profiles in the Trentonian. I'm so impressed at the level of achievement on the field, in the classroom, and probably most importantly, in the community. The Delaware Valley chapter has been recognizing scholar athletes for more than half a century. I'm proud that NJM has been able to help contribute to that effort in the form of one of the scholarships that you will have awarded tonight. I look forward to giving that out. So we're here because we love football. It is the quintessential team sport, in my opinion. And the teamwork that we learn in football presents the opportunity to jumpstart the development of skills you'll all use later in life, once you've hung up the cleats and the helmet. I have great memories, like Eric provided right here, of that Rancocas Valley Morristown game. 5,000 people would come to that game. It was the reunion game because of Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. I cried like a baby when I played my last game. And we had lost to Giuseppe Harris and the rest of that Rancocas Valley team. And my teammate asked me, why are you crying? It's just a game. I said, I wasn't crying because we lost. I was crying because I wouldn't play in that game again. That's how much it meant. And it meant it to all of us on the team. My last season was 35 years ago. I am here to tell you that those memories won't leave you, so treasure them. But more importantly, and it's the reason we're here tonight, remember the lessons the game and your coaches have taught you. Vince Lombardi said, a Fordham guy, football is like life. It requires perseverance, self-denial, hard work, sacrifice, dedication, and respect for authority. You scholar athletes have already shown the capacity for perseverance, self-denial, hard work, sacrifice, dedication, and respect for authority. You're all good athletes. You're all good students. But the real work and the real responsibility is just beginning. Your family, your friends, your community, and frankly, the world needs you to continue to use those many skills off the football field. You are laying the building blocks for the rest of your life right now, and your future is very bright. Now, there is no better example of what a smart, dedicated football player can accomplish in a long and good life is, and I will be recognizing him for the third time this evening, Bob Cassiola. I am very humbled to receive the award that is named for him. Bob Cassiola is a shining example of achieving success on and off the field. When he was awarded the Distinguished American Award from the National Football Foundation in 2004, noted sports artist Ted Watts said of Bob that, and I quote, "I think your most admirable trait is to have faith and vision beyond the chalk marks of the football sideline." Bob was an all-Ivy League offensive tackle at Princeton in 1957. He coached the University of Connecticut and Princeton University football teams, as was previously mentioned. He was also a color analyst for football game broadcast. What you didn't hear earlier was he was the chief operating officer for the New Jersey Nets in the NBA. And it was after all that he became the executive director for the National Football Foundation and the College Football Hall of Fame. Scholar athletes, that is an example of having faith and vision beyond the chalk marks of the football sideline. So I'd like to thank Bob for his contributions to the game of football and for his role in helping to shape the lives of so many young people. I'd also like to thank Bob for his daughter, Lynn, who's here tonight. Lynn is an employee at NJM with me, and we have both been there 23 years. She does an outstanding job for us. Lynn has held many responsibilities over the years, is currently a senior business analyst, and she loves football too. Let's give them both a round of applause. So thank you to the Delaware Valley chapter of the National Football Foundation for this award. It is very special given what it represents and for whom it is named. I thank them all for the work that they've done throughout the years in support of all these fine scholar athletes. And again, congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
I've asked them to stay for one more minute. Number 21, it's retired.
There we go. Okay. I won't fit in it anymore.
Congratulations once again, Bernie. Thanks for your great remarks. And now it's the highlight of the evening as we proudly recognize the Scholar Leader athletes seated in front of you. To introduce this year's class, I'd like to welcome to the podium on my right, Mr. Mike Olshin, and the podium on my left, Mr. Keith Glock. Yeah, sounds good. While Mike's walking up here, a quick public service announcement for the silent auction. I have the names of the people who won. Drum roll, please. So if you hear your name, you have until you leave tonight to pick up your winning prize. Names here: Dave Caldwell, Russell Bell, Ken Fisher, Dr. Gomez, Fred Dunphy, Mr. Meisner, Michael Dulister, sorry if I got that wrong, Ann Flynn, Frank Lucchese, Connie Embley, Joe Fitzpatrick, and John, I'm going to say it wrong, Andrew Lakowicz, John Lakowicz. So thanks, that bought us a little time. Now, with our microphone, Mr. Mike Olshin.
3-year-old at home, I learned to improvise pretty well, so we're good. Maybe. Sorry. We good in the back? All right, representing Robbinsville High School is Ryan Bonduck. Ryan was a 2-year starter at center, defensive tackle, and long snapper for the Ravens, who were coached by Andrew Patterson. He received Player of the Week honors from the 12th Man TD Club last fall. Ryan is a member of the National Honor Society, the Language Honor Society, and Student Government, serving as vice president for 2 years before becoming executive president this year. He received the Excellence in Chinese and Excellence in English awards, participates with the Chinese Club, Project Unify Club, and Model United Nations. Ryan has volunteered as a middle school tutor and with both the Special Olympics and Ewing Physical Therapy. He will play for the E Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June. From Robbinsville High School, Ryan Bonduck.
From the Lawrenceville, turn that down, there we go. Sorry about that. From the Lawrenceville School, Braden Brown. Braden was a 3-year varsity letter winner and starter at linebacker for the Big Red, who are coached by Harry Flaherty. He's received the Lawrenceville School Student Athlete of the Year Award and is enrolled in all honors courses, including 3 years of Chinese. Braden is president of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and has volunteered with the Special Olympics and Eden Autism Services. He's participated in the Island School, a 3-month program in the Bahamas, helped raise funds for the Gold and Silver Ball, which supports multiple charities, and attended the Yale Engineering and Biotechnology Conference last summer. From Lawrenceville, Braden Brown.
Representing Heightstown High School, Ryan Conlon. Ryan was a 3-year starter at quarterback and long snapper for the Rams, who were coached by Ethan Jaros. He was a 2-year varsity captain and earned Team Offensive Player of the Year, Most Valuable Player, and Second Team All-Conference honors last season. Ryan is also a 3-year varsity performer for the baseball team and has participated at the Meet of Champions for indoor track. He is a member of National Honor Society, Business Honor Society, Ski Club, Ecology Club, American Red Cross, and DECA. Ryan has received the 3 for 3 Award, Presidential Academic Fitness Award, and earned honor roll status all 4 years. He has played the saxophone for 5 years and is a member of a jazz band that has volunteered for Rise Food Pantry. Ryan will play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June. From Hightstown High School, Ryan Conlon.
Unable to be here this evening, but representing West Windsor-Plainsboro South, is Jordan DeGroot. Jordan was a 2-year starter at fullback and linebacker for the Pirates, who are coached by Skip Edwards. He's team captain last fall. He earned second-team all-conference honors for the second straight season. He's a member of the German Honor Society, received first place at the Speak Up contest, a public speaking contest. He attended American Legion Boys State, where he was elected governor, and is president of the school model UN team, which is ranked 3rd in the nation. Jordan's a tutor in German, math, reading, and public speaking, participates on the moot court team, and has interned for NJ State Assemblyman Reed Gusciora at both Princeton and Hopewell Township Municipal Courts, and for the Rethinking Nuclear Weapons think tank. Jordan will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic. Representing West Windsor South, Jordan DeGroot. From Florence High School, Joseph Foga. Joseph was a 4-year varsity player and 3-year starter in the offensive backfield for the Flashes, who were coached by Joe Verpoli. He was team captain last season, where he earned repeat selections to the first-team All-County and All-Division teams. Joseph received the Gordon Masters Scholar Athlete Award and Maxwell Football Club Mini Maxwell Awards last season. He enjoys art and design classes with aspirations to become an architect, and has been a participant at Relay for Life and tutored at middle school and elementary school students during Read Across America. Joseph's volunteered at a local soup kitchen, worked in the summer with senior citizens, distributed meals at Thanksgiving, and served as a counselor at a youth football camp. He'll play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic. From Florence, Joseph Foga.
From Hamilton High School West, Max Gatto. Max was a 2-year starter on the offensive line for the Hornets, coached by Tom Hoagland. He will also be a 4-year varsity letter winner and team captain for the boys lacrosse team. Max has taken all A-level and honors classes with 4 AP classes, earning the academic award each year. He received the Golden Member Award for Key Club, where he also serves as president, and is involved with student government, French Club, Future Business Leaders of America, DECA, and peer leadership. Max has volunteered at the Trenton Soup Kitchen, Winter Wonderland, Layler's Fall Festival, Ryan's Quest, Relay for Life, and Breakfast with Santa. From Hamilton High School West, Max Gatto.
From Princeton High School, Rory Hellstrom. Rory's a 3-year starter at running back and returner for the Little Tigers, who were coached by Charlie Gallagher. He was team captain last fall and earned first-team all-area honors by the Trentonian, the Trenton Times, and was picked to the New Jersey Top 100 squad. As a junior, Rory was picked second-team All-State by MSG and earned all-area honors as he finished with over 2,000 all-purpose yards. Rory is also a 3-year starter on the lacrosse team and was a first-team all-area selection as a junior. He's involved with the Republican Club, Young Life, and volunteers at the Student Library Council Reading Group and with the Princeton Junior Football League. Rory will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic. From Princeton High, Rory Hellstrom.
Representing Ewing High School, Joshua Hughes. Josh was a 2-year starter on the offensive line and defensive line for the Blue Devils, coached by Drew Bessler. He was a team captain last season, where he earned first-team All-America or All-Area honors, Lineman of the Week honors by the 12th Man TD Club, and the Dan Bernowski Lineman of the Year award. Josh is a 3-year starter and captain for the boys lacrosse team. He received the Mercer County Technical Schools Achievement Award and Kids Bridge Youth Humanitarian Award, and is also Boy Scouts Patrol Leader. Josh is scheduled to reach Eagle Scout this spring, has volunteered for food drives, has worked with the Veterans of Foreign Affairs to replace old flags with new ones at grave sites for veterans, and is owner and operator of Josh's Wood Shack since 2011. He will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June. From Ewing High School, Joshua Hughes.
Representing Notre Dame High School, Xavier Lazinski. Xavier is a 3-year starter at quarterback and defensive back for the Irish, who are coached by Mark Lordy. He was team captain last season and earned team most valuable player and all-county honors. Xavier is a member of National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, peer leadership, and student government, serving as treasurer as a junior and currently as the vice president. He's taken all honors and AP courses, is involved with campus ministry, and was chosen by administrators to speak on behalf of the athletic department to the school's board of trustees. Xavier volunteers with Mercy Corps, Special Olympics, Buddy Walk for Trisomy 21 Foundation, and Trenton Soup Kitchen, and has helped raise funds for the Polar Plunge and cancer research. He'll play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic. From Notre Dame, Xavier Lazinski.
Representing Steinert High School, Frank Lucchese. Frank was a 3-year starter on the offensive and defensive lines for the Spartans, who were coached by Dan Caruso. He was team captain last fall, where he earned first-team all-conference and all-area selections on defense, as well as the Outstanding Lineman Award for Steinert and the Charles J. Fuzzy Falzone Lineman of the Year Award by the 12th Man TD Club. Frank is a member of National Honor Society, Italian Honor Society, Future Business Leaders of America, DECA, and Ski Club. He has earned numerous academic awards, achieved academic honor roll status, received the Presidential Academic Honor Award, and participated in the Advanced Learning Program study. Frank has volunteered at the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen, Special Olympics, Kids Bridge Tolerance Museum, Ryan's Quest, and Mercer Street Friends. He will play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June. From Steinert High School, Frank Lucchese.
Representing West Windsor Plainsboro North, C.J. Marcus. C.J. is a 3-year starter at running back for the Northern Knights, coached by Jeff Riley. He was team captain last fall. He earned team offensive MVP honors for the 2nd time and all-conference honors for the 3rd time. C.J. is the school's all-time leading rusher in rushing yards and touchdowns. He's also captain of the indoor and outdoor track teams. He's taken 11 honors and AP classes, is a member of the National Honor Society and the Spanish Honor Society. CJ is a member of the school symphonic orchestra. He's also the historian and played the piano for 8 years. He's an altar server at St. David the King Catholic Church, helped prepare Yellow Ribbon Week, and chaperoned the community middle school dance. CJ will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic this June and will attend Bowdoin College in the fall. From West Windsor Plainsboro North, CJ Marcus.
Representing North Hunterdon High School, Robert Marin. Robert was a 3-year starter at running back, defensive back, and returner for the Lions, coached by Jared Mazzetta. He was team captain last season when he received first-team all-area honors on defense, received the team MVP award, and was a Wendy's High School Heisman state finalist. Robert also received the Maxwell Club Mini Max Award, was Player of the Week by the Hunterdon Democrat and Lehigh Valley Live Online, and holds school records for the longest kick return, punt return, and interception return. Robert is a member of National Honor Society, Interact and Able, Executive Council, and Relay for Life. He has volunteered with the Special Olympics, Feed the Need, and played the piano for 5 years. Robert will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June and will attend Rutgers University in the fall, where he will play on the lacrosse team. From North Hunterdon High School, Robert Marin.
Representing the Hun School, Jordan McGriff. Jordan was a 4-year starter on the offensive and defensive lines for the Raiders, coached by Todd Smith. He was team captain last season, earned all-county and all-Maple first-team honors, as well as Prep Lineman of the Year award by the 12th Man TD Club. Jordan was a 3-time all-conference selection and earned the Spirit Award. He's a member of the Student Senate, Upper School Advisory, Black Student Union, Debate Club, and college-bound student athletics. Jordan has starred in Hairspray and Fiddler on the Roof, served as an anchor for the school TV station, and volunteered with Special Olympics. He'll play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic. From the Hun School, Jordan McGriff.
Representing the Petty School is Jason Meisner. Jason was a 3-year starter on the offensive and defensive lines for the Falcons, who were coached by Chris Maleo. He was team captain last fall, earning second team All-Maple honors while receiving the Howard Clark Memorial Football Award. Jason is involved with the Future Business Leaders of America, the Youth Entrepreneur Club, the National Society of High School Scholars, and has earned high honors in 9 out of his 10 semesters. He has taken AP classes including statistics, U.S. government, and psychology, served as a prefect at the school, and volunteered for many organizations in Hightstown. Representing the Petty School, Jason Meisner.
Representing Nottingham High School, Fabian Mora. Fabian's a 2-year starter at guard and fullback for the North Stars, who were coached by John Adams. He was team captain last season and earned the Greg Mihalik Memorial North Star Award and Offensive Lineman of the Year Award. Fabian is also a 3-year starter for the lacrosse team, earning team MVP honors as a junior, and a 3-year starter for the wrestling team. He's also volunteered for several organizations, including the Trenton Soup Kitchen. Fabian will play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic this June. From Nottingham High School, Fabian Mora.
Representing Hopewell Valley High School, Christopher Pham. Christopher was a 2-year starter at defensive back for the Bulldogs, who were coached by Dave Caldwell. He was a first-team all-conference selection on defense last season and is also a member of the varsity lacrosse team. Christopher is a member of the National Honor Society, where he serves as vice president, the Latin Honor Society, Key Club, and has received the English Book Award and Principal's Honor Award. He was an American Legion Boys State delegate, participated on the CVC Athletic Leadership Council, and attended the U.S. Naval Academy Summer Seminar, as well as the NFL High School Player Development Leadership Conference. Christopher has volunteered with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Peer Leadership Corps, and the Pennington United Methodist Church Youth Group. He will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June and will attend the U.S. Naval Academy in the fall. From Hopewell Valley High School, Christopher Pham.
Representing Allentown High School, Joe Pritchard. Joe was a 3-year starter on the offensive and defensive line for the Redbirds, who were coached by Jay Graber. He was team captain last season, earned first-team All-Division, All-Conference, All-Area, and All-Group honors on offense after earning All-Conference honors as a junior. Joe's taken honors in AP math classes and is a tutor for AP Calculus. He's volunteered his time at Freedom Fest and as a basketball coach with the Millstone Recreation League. Joe will play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic this June. From Allentown, Joe Pritchard.
Representing Trenton Central High School, Bryant Sanchez. Bryant was a 3-year letter winner at guard and linebacker for the Tornadoes, coached by Mohamed El Sherbini. He was team captain last fall when he received the co-offensive team MVP and top Tornado Award as the team's MVP. Bryant has taken AP and honors classes in trigonometry, literature, United States history, and biology, and has earned honor roll status all 4 years. He is a member of National Honor Society, a Princeton University preparatory scholar, and has participated with the Gear Up program and a business cooperating mentoring program at Novo Nordisk. Bryant will play for the West Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June. From Trenton Central High School, Bryant Sanchez.
Representing Lawrence High School, Prince St. Cyr. Prince was a 2-year letter winner on the offensive and defensive lines for the Cardinals, coached by Nate Jones. He's also a 2-year letter winner on the track and field team, has taken honors in AP classes throughout high school. Prince is a recipient of the President's Award and is a member of the World Language Honor Society, STEM Club, Student Leadership, and Princeton University Preparatory Program. He's involved with the Character Kickoff Program, leads freshman seminar groups, and participated in Poetry Out Loud. From Lawrence High School, Prince St. Cyr.
Representing New Egypt High School, Gino Tortorello. Gino was a 3-year starter at fullback, outside linebacker, and safety for the Warriors, who were coached by Phil McGuane. He was team captain last season when he earned first-team All-Conference honors and the Joe DiPietro Offensive Player of the Year Award and Tom Farrell Most Valuable Player Award. Gino is a 3-year starter on the baseball and basketball teams and served as captain for both teams as well. He is participating in the School to Work course and Senior Experience class and has volunteered with local recreation basketball organizations as well as the Carteret Elks, was a coach for youth football camps, and also participated in Relay for Life. Gino will play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic in June. From New Egypt High School, Gino Tortorello.
Representing Northern Burlington High School, Christopher Venezia. Christopher was a 3-year starter at linebacker, fullback, offensive line, and long snapper for the Greyhounds, coached by John Rising. He was team captain last season, where he was selected second-team All-Conference and received the Gordon Masters Scholar Athlete Award, Unsung Hero Award, and named to the All-Academic Team. Christopher is also a team captain and Unsung Hero Award winner for the lacrosse team. He's a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and the Robotics Club. He's volunteered with Mission Meal, Habitat for Humanity, and the Junior Greyhound Football Camp. Christopher will play for the East Squad in the Sunshine Football Classic. From Northern Burlington High School, Christopher Venezia.
From Bordentown High School, Nathaniel Wigley. Nathaniel was a 3-year starter at fullback and linebacker for the Scotties, who were coached by Stephen Perry. He was team captain last season when he earned second-team All-Conference honors on defense. Nathaniel is a member of the National Honor Society, received Student of the Month honors, participated in the Extended Learning Program for the Academically Talented, and was an American Legion Boys State delegate. He is a member of the Boy Scouts, where he will earn Eagle Scout rank this spring, and participates with the Select and Male Chorus, his youth choir, and is active at his church. Nate received the Student Athlete Award from Trenton Pop Warner, was a competitive chess player through his youth, and is first aid and CPR certified. Representing Bordentown High School, Nathaniel Wigley.
Representing the Pennington School, Duncan Zavanelli. Duncan's a 4-year starter on the offensive and defensive lines for the Red Raiders, coached by Jerry Uri. He was team captain last fall when he received 12th Man TD Club Player of the Week honors and earned a repeat selection of the Iron Man Award. Duncan was inducted into the Pennington chapter of the Cum Laude Society, received the Terry William Weller Memorial Scholarship Award, as well as achievement awards in math, science, history, and science again. He earned a Certificate of Distinction for Mathematics and Computing, is a National Merit Scholar, and competed on the computer science team. Duncan, who's a member of the German Club, will make his 3rd school trip to Germany this year, and is also a founding member of the Computer Club. He's volunteered with the Nepal School Supply Drive, Jersey Shore Park Cleanup, and Bethel African Methodist Church, and is a black belt in Taekwondo. From the Pennington School, Duncan Zavanelli.
And now to honor 2 players from our local colleges. From Princeton University, Matt Ahrens. Matt was a 2-year starter at linebacker and safety for the Tigers, who were coached by Bob Suris. He was the team captain last fall when he was an All-Ivy League selection after ranking in the top 15 in tackles and tackles for a loss. Matt received the prestigious Richard Coleman Trophy at the postseason awards banquet and earned all academic Ivy League honors as a junior. He was a first-team All-State and an academic All-State selection in high school, where he also starred on the baseball team. Matt, who was a class president in high school and a 4-year board honoree, is a foreign policy and affairs major at Princeton. From Princeton University, Matt Ahrens. And representing the College of New Jersey, Andrew Lakowicz. Andrew was a 3-year letter winner at tight end for the Lions, who were coached by Wayne Dickens. He had 23 receptions for 247 yards as a senior, with at least 1 catch in 8 games. Andrew received the Earl H. Dean Scholar Leader Athlete Award, which is presented to a senior with the highest GPA who also makes significant contributions on the gridiron. The Middletown North High graduate is an international business major, a member of the Dean's List, and graduated from TCNJ following the fall semester. He has also studied at the Shanghai University of Finance and Economics and has volunteered with hurricane relief efforts and the Special Olympics. Representing the College of New Jersey, Andrew Lakowicz. And now Andrew will come to the podium to make a couple of announcements or a couple of statements to accept on behalf of all of today's Scholar athletes.
You know, it's funny that Coach Smith told the story because I was just recently a 25-year-old Army veteran at TCNJ. And I'll tell you that it's more fun when they start fights, Coach. So, on behalf of all the student scholar athletes, I would like to say it's an extreme honor to receive these awards as well as get an invitation to this banquet. It's just to celebrate this foundation, our college careers, our high school careers, as well as the people who have supported us. To our parents and family, who has from very young child have driven us back and forth from practices and put up with smelly equipment, and been at every single game cheering as win or lose. Not to mention the countless other things they've taught us over the years. To the coaches, who we all know can be extremely beneficial to a young man's life as a mentor, teaching be a part of a team, to teach resiliency, respect, discipline, a love for the game of football, and a realization that there are things that are bigger than football as well. And as me and Matt, we finish our college careers, these kids are just starting. So there's a few things I'd like to say. Just realize that the next 4 years will be some of the most important years in your life. Take what you learned on the field from your coaches, from your families, and put it into every aspect of your life. And at the same time, make sure you don't take anything for granted, because these 4 years will go quickly. So thank you again for these awards on behalf of all Scholar athletes.
Well, thank you, Andrew. The best part about that was with no notes, so very impressed. And thank you again, Mike and Keith, for doing a great job helping us recognize these truly outstanding young men. And now the presentation of this year's chapter scholarships. I'd like to welcome to the podium our 2008 Distinguished American Award recipient from Borden Perlman Salisbury Kelly, Mr. Kelly Myers.
Congratulations to all the Scholar athletes. I'm sure you're going to excel on the next team that you join. Good luck. Thank you to all the adult award winners. Your contribution tonight and your promotion of amateur athletics, we couldn't do this event without you. Thank you very much. I'd like you all to look at your booklet and just turn to the second page. Open up the second page, and there's a list of our scholarships tonight and our sponsors. Without these sponsors, we could not give the $28,000 out that we're about to give out tonight. So thank you very much to all of you. All of you have been mentioned tonight at some point, but thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment to this event, and we look forward to working with you in the years to come. Tonight, we're going to give 23 scholarships. Every Scholar athlete in the room will get at least $1,000. At the end of the announcements here, I'd like all the scholar athletes who received the $1,000 scholarship to go over and see Dr. Where is he? You're back there in the corner. He'll be up here in the corner. Go see Dr. Bonconfuso, our treasurer, and if you're nice to him, he's going to give you an envelope. Believe me, you got to be nice to him to get any money out of him. He's our treasurer. So right now, I'm going to announce the top 3 winners. Make sure I don't pull a Steve Harvey here. For the $1,500 Ed Cook Scholarship presented by Jim Ball Autism and Consulting and Today's Quilting, the recipient is Xavier Lizinski from Notre Dame High School. Xavier, come on up. Seems like every day or every year we're here, there's somebody from Notre Dame High School, but how's that happen? Smart kids. For our $2,500 Ron Rick Sr. Scholarship presented by Borden Perlman, Salisbury, and Kelly, the winner is Frank Lucchese, Steinert High School. And now I'm going to call up number 21 again, Mr. Bernie Flynn, to award the $5,000 Jack Steffen Scholarship. And of course, that's presented by New Jersey Manufacturers.
Okay, the envelope. C.J. Marquez, West Windsor, Plainsboro North. C.J., come on up.
Thank you. Just bear with me for a moment. Sorry about that. On behalf of being a senior at West Windsor Plainsboro North, I would just like to say a few words. First of all, I'm just very appreciative for this award, and first of all, to be honored among such worthy student athletes as the ones in front of me. These young men played with unrelenting passion for the game, for their teammates, and represented their towns greatly. I am humbled to be included among them, and respect and sacrifice that they have given for their respective towns and for their studies and their futures. I would also like to thank the Delaware football chapter, and their support for Mercer County football demonstrates the love for the game that players from the past and the present share. I'm also deeply thankful that they have recognized my efforts and are honoring so many student athletes like me. I would also like to thank my parents, my sister, and my grandma for being here in the front row and being there each step of the way. Without their selflessness and love, I would not be here today. I would also like to thank Coach Riley, first of all, for being a great coach and an even better friend these past 2 years. Without his work ethic and passion for the game, I could have never accomplished these feats that I've reached these past few years. And then lastly, I would like to thank the teachers and students of West Windsor Plainsboro High School North, as well as the greater school district, for pushing me as hard academically as the game of football has pushed me physically. Thanks once again, and then congratulations to all of the adults who have won these awards and the student athletes. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
At this time, I'd like to ask CJ to please join Mr. Flynn as well as Mr. Hamilton in front of the Roy Van Ness Trophy for a photo. This trophy will remain on display at West Windsor-Plainsboro High School North until next year Awards Center. Right in front of the dais. And just real quick while we wait for them to return to their seats, one more reminder for the silent auction. I'm going to read the list one more time. If your name's on this list, you can go pick it up after you pay for it. We've got Dave Caldwell, Russell Bell, Ken Fisher, Bill Gomez, Fred Dunphy, C. Meisner, Michael Dellister, Ann Flynn, Frank Lucchese, John Lackwiak. Sorry, I'm going to get it. Last time I had to say it tonight. Connie Embley and Joe Fitzpatrick. So thank you, everyone, for your contributions to the silent auction. And once again, I want to thank our top scholarship sponsors, New Jersey Manufacturers, Borden Perlman, Salisbury Kelly, JB Autism Consulting, and Today's Quilting for their contributions, as well as everyone else who helped support this fantastic event. One more round of applause for our Scholar Leader athletes, please. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our program for the evening. On behalf of the Delaware Valley Chapter, thank you for attending our special event. We hope to see you at the Sunshine Football Classic at the College of New Jersey on June 30th. Please take care and drive home safely. Thank you.